be upstaged by Ring of Honor Tony Khan. Oh man.
You know, I don't think enough is said about how that man runs a now very successful NFL team, a pretty successful Premier League soccer team, and please forgive me if they're not in the Premier League. I think they are, but I'm not sure. Dark on Mondays, Elevation on Tuesdays, Dynamite on Wednesdays, Ring of Honor on Thursdays, Rampage on Fridays. Dude, this guy is putting out great content while still being this busy. Could you imagine anybody over in the Fed trying to book their shows while also running an NFL team, while also running a professional soccer team? Like, this guy is incredible, to be honest with you.
No, he really is, and he loves doing it, and it just feels so genuine when he does it. Like he just loves doing this stuff. He loves pro wrestling that much, where he puts it out 5 nights a week. And like,
Let's
you know,
fucking
as
go!
a fan, as a customer, like, yeah, it does get a little tiring. But at the same time, like, this dude just loves it. He's gonna keep putting this content out, and I love him for it.
It's great, man. It's great. All right. Well, I say let's get to it. Our Broken Predictions show here. And before we start, want to make sure, Coach Nick, are you here? Because I do believe there is one match that they just announced, I think tonight, that you may not have put into your predictions for me, but we'll see when we get there. And also at the same time, you know, I feel like I'm a little bored this weekend here. I don't want to just sit back and watch the match between Coach Nick and King Rome. So the Coug, you have been called out, challenging the Coug just to a normal exhibition predictions match. You and I, well, it was going to just be you and I, but Natasha, you have shown so many predictions over the last couple of weeks in Discord that I'm making this a 3-way dance between the three of us. So it's going to be Jeffrey Vegas versus the Coug versus Natasha in a predictions match as well here. So if you two are ready, get your predictions ready. When Rome puts out the match and gives his prediction, try to throw yours in chat, and I'll get everything written down.
Oh, okay. I was writing it down.
Oh, you can write it down if you want. No worries. I figured you were doing enough announcing the matches and everything, so.
That's all right. I'm kind of used to it. All right. All right, so first up, for AEW Revolution, we have the 0 Hour. Only one match announced for the 0 Hour, which I understand why people only want one match announced, but it is what it is. The Varsity Athletes and Ari Daivari versus Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Bros. So I'm going to start this one out here with my prediction first. I think this is a really easy one. I think that this is Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Bros.
100% as well. Let me get Coach's predictions up here 1 second. All right, so for this one, this was this was the pre-show match?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's got that one in chat there. So Coach Nick also says Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers. I am going to pick them as well.
What about Coug and Natasha?
All right, Natasha's got Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
You writing these down, you said?
I am.
All right, thank you.
And we just need the Coug.
Coug. We'll get it written down when he goes in. You can go ahead and we'll keep moving on here.
All right. I mean, well, give me a second to write down the next one. So,
oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can talk about the match if you want.
Coug, who you got? I got the Lucha Brothers for sure, my guy. I'm sure the Coug has the Lucha Brothers as well. I can't imagine anybody thinking that they won't be taking this one. I think it'd be safe to say you could even start writing it down. There we go. Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers. It says Mark gets the pin. Ooh. Natasha said Daivari takes the pin. Nice.
All right. Next up, we have the Final Burial. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Christian Cage.
Ooh.
All right. So, Jeff, in the tradition of going back and forth, what is Coach's pick for this match?
The coach has chosen Jungle Boy Jack Perry as the winner of this match. Nope, you're good, Nick. I got most of them here. Just to check though, Coach, having this new stipulation added as a buried or final burial match, do you want to change your pick? I would say no, but
Coach voted for the first one, right? The trios match.
Oh yeah,
He did, right?
yes, he did. The Lucha Bros as well.
Okay, that's what I thought. For some reason I didn't write anything next to his name. Okay. All right. So Coach took Jack Perry here, and he can bounce around and change his mind if he wants because of the stipulation. Me myself personally, I'm going with Jack Perry here. I think one way or the other. I think that this is a big moment for Jack Perry. This is him putting the Christian Cage storyline behind him. Um, so
The
yeah, I'm picking
3-year long storyline.
Yeah, I'm picking Jack to win this one. I think the change in stipulation doesn't change it a lot. Like, could there be some sort of shenanigans, like you said, where Luchasaurus shows up and it choke slams him into the grave or something like that? Yeah, maybe. I also see it kind of plausible that maybe Luchasaurus shows up and choke slams Christian Cage into the grave. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with that as well. I think Jack Perry is kind of the way to go with this one. Very excited for this match, though. Very, very excited.
Yeah, same here.
All right,
Um,
so you're going Jack Perry, you said?
I will be going with Jungle Boy Jack Perry as well. Natasha, she says Jungle Boy wins. Luchasaurus does get involved. And Coog, who you got for this one here? Jungle Boy or Christian Cage? There's the Coog. Jungle Boy wins.
All right.
And I did tell you Coach Nick has Jungle Boy as well, Jack
Yeah,
Perry.
correct. Yep. All right. Next up, everyone is banned from ringside when Chris Jericho takes on absolute Ricky Starks. Very excited for this match to be, to be done and over with. I think this is going to be a great match all the same. I think that this is like the storyline kind of ran dry, but tonight did a really good job kind of pulling me back in a little bit. That being said, it's my pick. I am going to go with Ricky Starks here. Um, Again, I think this is the end of the storyline. I think Jericho has done an awesome job here putting over both Action Andretti and Ricky. He's really killing it. It's really appreciated, and it's making these guys look great.
All right. So for this one here, we have Coach Nick taking Chris Jericho. He is predicting a Action Andretti heel turn. Ooh,
Okay.
that would be sweet.
I could see it. I definitely could see it with Andretti heel turn. I could.
Jericho being like, he's been the new member of the JAS all along, Starks. All right, we got the Coog with Ricky Starks. I am going with Ricky Starks as well. I just think it would be bananas to have Jericho win this match. People would lose their minds. See here, Natasha. When hers pops in, I will let you know.
All right, I'll give me a second to write the next one down. So, oof. It's the longest one too. So Natasha, take your time.
Yeah. Oh, Natasha going with Chris Jericho as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna write the whole thing out then. This is fine.
No,
I know what I'll
you
do.
just write.
I know what I'll do.
Yeah.
We'll all know who's in the match. All right. Next up is the AEW World Tag Team Championships in a four-way dance. Obviously, it is the Gun Club versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus the Acclaimed versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. What is Coach Nick's pick?
All right, in the four-way dance, Coach Nick has chosen the Gun Club to retain.
Okay. So I'm torn here. I really am. And I think that while wrestling Twitter largely unexcited for this match, I think number one, you're underestimating everybody inside this match. Number two, this is a complete toss up in my opinion, and I think that that is a testament of great booking. I think you could make an argument, a valid argument, that each of these four teams walk out of it with a win. My heart really wants to go with Cassidy and Danhausen. My heart really does. That being said, I think that the Guns are going to retain. I think it's a little too soon for them to lose. They haven't even had a title defense yet. Would I be surprised if they lost? No. I don't think the Acclaimed are winning the belts back. I just don't think that that's what they want to do. I think that the Acclaimed don't need the belts, so I'm not going with them. Um, which really for me could leave Jared and Lethal and Cassie and Danhausen. And again, I could see them going the route. If I had to pick another team, I would go Cassidy and Danhausen here, um, just because they're both so over, and I could just see them just Cassidy walking around with a backpack. He's like, it's too heavy. Ugh.
Yeah.
Opening the backpack and there's just multiple belts in it. But no, I am going with the Gun Club as well.
So as much as I don't want to, I am going to go with the Guns retaining. They have a storyline with FTR to continue. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Guns retaining. The Coug has also gone with the Guns retaining.
Okay.
Coach Nick, yep, also has the Guns.
Yeah, we see Natasha.
Natasha, are you going to try to be different than everybody again this time, Natasha? Nothing wrong with it, just, you know. Going to be a great match either way. Jeff Jarrett in there is going to do his strut. Hopefully somebody takes a guitar to the face. You know, it's going to be fantastic. I'm actually myself seeing a little bit of a daddy ass, you know, I want to say heel turn, yeah, because he would, you know, go back to his boys. Maybe they're going to be in the dire straits and daddy ass comes to the rescue like, I really should have helped you guys. I was a bad father. Natasha, the Gun Club will retain.
Okay.
Oh, I missed it. It was already up there. I'm an idiot.
All
but
right.
we already knew this.
Next up is the AEW Women's Championship match in a three-way dance. Saraya versus Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho. I believe this is my pick. Yep, my pick. I think Jamie Hayter is going to retain the title here.
All right. Coach Nick also chose Jamie Hayter to retain.
Yeah, I just think it makes a lot of sense. I think that we do see Ruby Soho joining the WWE Originals. I do think that. And I think the only way that that makes sense is if Jamie Hayter ends up retaining. Because Ruby is going to make it clear that she wants the title. So if that means aligning with Saraya, she's going to do that. And I think that that's kind of where we get the in there. So that's what I'm going with.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to be going with Jamie Hayter as well, but I think this match is going to kick ass. I think this might be the dark horse match of the night. Like, you know, the one that's not on everybody's radar, but at the end of the night, we're going to be like, yo, that match kicked fucking ass. I have a feeling this is going to be really good.
Now, the coach says in the chat, tell me why I thought Saraya may have a chance here, but Hayter is the pick for sure, I think. So I would say this. I think while a lot of our predictions seem to be going in a very similar way, I think that almost all these matches have a lot of unpredictability to them, which is, again, testament to great booking, where, like, you can make an argument for Saraya winning. You can make an argument for Jamie Hayter winning. You can make an argument for Ruby Soho winning. It's great booking. Coog says Hayter retains. Did Natasha?
Coog says Hayter retains. Natasha doesn't want to be the same as everyone else, but Hayter retains as well. No, yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like, we're gonna, you know, we'll have some extra special questions at the end as well to make sure, you know, we'll get there.
Yeah, we always do. I mean, like, this is just kind of, we all sit around and talk for weeks about this stuff, so we generally always go around the same way.
Yeah.
For those of you who are joining us on our first prediction show, This is actually pretty for the course of what usually happens. There's always one or two matches that make or break it for
Yeah,
everybody.
there's going to be one or two that, we all differ on. You don't have to force it in there. It'll happen.
Yeah, follow your heart, man. Go with what. Hey, look, if you'd rather always go for the points. If you think even if everyone else is going that way, if everybody's right, you're still tied. If you go a different way just to be different,
Yeah.
sometimes it backfires because that means you'll lose a point on a layup. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that all the time. All right. Next up, the TNT Championship. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. It is the coach's pick.
All right. So the Samoa Joe versus Wardlow match, Coach Nick has chosen Samoa Joe.
Of course.
Joe.
That's funny.
Joe.
I'm also going Samoa Joe. So, I think that Powerhouse Hobbs is winning the title next week. Which I would not expect them to drop the belt and then 3 days later drop it again, which is why I'm going Samoa Joe.
Okay. So I am actually going to be going with Wardlow on this one. I think this is the match where all of us are going to be bouncing around. Nobody knows who's winning this one. I'm going Wardlow. I actually think Wardlow takes the belt from Joe, and then during Hobbs's match with him next week, Joe interrupts just to beat up Wardlow, but Hobbs is going to be pissed off that his match is, ended now, and we're going to get Hobbs versus Samoa Joe for the TNT title in Ring of Honor. I think Hobbs would be an amazing ROH TV champ, but we shall see. I think this could go 4 or 5 different ways, to be honest with you. Let's see here. What do we got? We got the Coog. Yes, we do, Coog. We got you. Natasha and the Coog. So Natasha says Samoa Joe retains so Hobbs can face turn. Okay. So Samoa Joe for Natasha.
Mm-hmm.
Coog, who you got? And I gave you Joe for coach. Yep. Coog says Joe, but barely. Am I the only one going Wardlow here?
You are.
I am.
You are.
This is how you all go down.
Oh, yeah.
This is how you go down.
All right. Next up is the Texas Death Match, or Texas Death. John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. It is my pick. Now look, right? So I'm gonna quote Tranquilo Club because he put it really well. This is the heart of AEW versus the soul of AEW. This is, I would say, keep an eye out on this one because I think this is the one that's going to steal the show at the end of the day. I'm going with Hangman. I think that Adam Page is him. Obviously, I've been the guy riding on the horse with Hangman. Up until when everyone else has joined us. Welcome to everybody getting on board. This is a big moment for him. This is going to be a huge moment for him. This is the moment where I think, obviously, Mox isn't going anywhere, but he's going to put over Hangman here, in my opinion. And yeah, so what's Coach's pick?
Coach, he says it in chat, and I'm pretty sure he is correct. You are going to be proud. Coach has gone with the Hangman, Adam Page.
I'm super proud of you, Coach. Not only are you on board with Hangman, but you're definitely going with your head here.
And Natasha says, Adam Page wins surely, right? Right? Yeah, yes, I agree. I think we're all going to be going Hangman here. But Coog, have not seen the Coog's pick here yet. Hangman in an effing bloodfest.
It's gonna be so
with how
good.
much Mox was bleeding, it's not going to take much to bust that back open. I think they did that on purpose to make it easier to bust him open hard way. It's going to be great.
All right. Next up is the AEW World Trios Championship. In a trios match, we have the Elite versus the House of Black. Coach Nick, make your pick.
Coach Nick, has made his pick with the House of Black.
Are you serious? Oh,
Yep.
no way. I am also going House of Black. I am very proud of Coach tonight. So I don't think that this feud is over, but I think that it makes sense. I think the House of Black need the win so badly here.
Absolutely.
It's so imperative that the House of Black pick up the win on this one. Like, bro, like they need to. They need to win. Like the Elite can take the loss. Plus, I hope that the Elite are leading up to something else, which we'll talk about when we get to the end of the prediction show. Because there's one thing I want to talk about after this. But yeah, I just think the House of Black are gonna win here. I hope they do.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. I think it's time to pull the trigger and make the House of Black a focal point of the show. You know what I mean? These guys, I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than they are absolutely freaking awesome every time they're on my screen. So yeah, put the belts on these dudes. The Elite don't need the belts, so let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Natasha says going House of Black. They haven't won a feud yet. They really need this. Agree. Um, the Coog. What do we got from the Coog here? Ed says House of Black needs to win as well. Time for the Elite to go back to tag team and singles. Absolutely. It's where we get Punk return and FTR return. Yes. Coog says House of Black as well. Nice unanimous. That's why we're all such good friends here. We all think so much alike, you know?
sure. Last of the card, the 60-minute Iron Man match for the World Championship, MJF versus Bryan Danielson. It is my pick, and my God, I'm gonna be heartbroken. I'm gonna be in shambles. There's no way MJF is losing yet, and it sucks. It really does. My heart, like if we were doing heart picks, right? I would bet my house on Bryan Danielson. But it's just not happening. Like it's just not. It's so depressing because this guy just deserves it. But yeah, what is Coach's pick?
All right. Well, the coach has chosen MJF as well.
Okay. What about you?
Natasha is going. Oh, I'm sorry. That was she was going with Malachi Black there. Okay. So for me, I am actually. I don't think this is a hot take. I am going with the best professional wrestler in the world, Bryan Danielson.
I hope you're right, but man, you're really not going to be right here.
You
Why
know, this
why
is
did you
one of
make
those
this?
times where you're like, there's no way they take the belt off of this kid because it's too early. But at the same time, having Danielson as the world champion of AEW at this moment in time, I think could be a tremendous thing, for ratings and other things like that. And you could still, because of the way we're doing an Iron Man match here, imagine Bryan just goes up on points and MJF finishes this match in control, but just can't get the final pin. And he loses, but he's the one like on top, if that makes any sense. Danielson's beaten up, but he's winning by points. And MJF just takes the belt and runs off, and he's like, no, I'm still champion. You know what I mean? I Bryan Danielson, my pick.
I think you just made a heart pick.
Yeah, I know. All right, Natasha goes with MJF is winning, but it will be at the last second. Salt of the earth. Oof. Coog, anybody see Punk returning to screw somebody? Oh my God. There you go. That's how you take it away from MJF and it doesn't hurt. Punk returns.
All right. So those are our picks. Time for some bonuses, and I got a few planned, Jeff. You feel free to add afterwards. Bonus number one, it's our legacy question, the question we always go with. How many tables will be broken? Um, let's see here. Who went first last time? Was it Coach or was it me?
You did because I think you asked me
Okay.
who he had. Yeah, after you
Right.
gave yours. Yep.
Right. Okay. So, Coach, you have to tell me how many tables you think are going to be broken during the entire pay-per-view, from the start to from the first bell to the last bell. How many tables will be broken? Coach says 3 tables. Okay.
All right. So we've got the four-way dance has a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho Starks has a Joe Wardlow has. Every match here has a possibility for a table spot. Holy shit.
So yeah, I mean, I think for me, this is actually, uh,
Let me go first so I can help your number here. I'm gonna go with 2. I think it'll be 2.
see, I think that's what I'm either thinking. I'm either thinking 2 or I'm thinking
Woo.
4. So Jeff,
Coog going with 5.
who says 5?
Coog says 5. Natasha says 4. Coach says 3. I say 2.
Yeah, I'm torn here because
We can pick the same ones. Yeah.
I'm thinking 2. I'm thinking 4. Um, hmm.
Well, that's fine
Okay.
because if you pick 2, you're not facing us. You know what I mean? You're facing Coach, and you
No, yeah,
guys
no,
two.
I know. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
that. I'm more so worried about what I think is going to have happened. I want to look at the card again. Looking at the card, I mean, there are a few no DQ matches on there, but like the only match where I realistically see a table getting broken is the death match. So the question is, how many tables are they going to fucking break?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh well, I think we're gonna be surprised. I think Coog's gonna be on with like 5.
now so Ed has said go Price is Right on this. In the past, we have not done that. We decided previously that we don't do Price is Right rule on it. You got to be on the money for it for the points.
Yeah, we don't do closest to. If you're on the money, you get the point. This is just like an extra point.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 2. I'm gonna lock in on 2.
Okay,
I won't be surprised if it's 3 or 4 though. Let me put it
that's
that way.
fine.
All right.
So
Coach,
between so
do you
in
have
our
anything?
match, it'll be 2 for me, 4 for Natasha, and 5 for Coog. 2 for you, and 3 for the coach.
All right. Jeff, do you have any bonus questions? Because I do have a few, but I want to give you the opportunity to kind of
I
participate.
actually really like Coach's suggestion of how many people get busted open. So prediction of how many different wrestlers get busted open or show color, I guess the words would be. I'm gonna go with 4. I think we see 4 different people showing some color.
Okay, Jeff saying you said 4.
Yeah.
4. Okay. Um,
Ed Ed says the timekeeper's table is not long for this world.
I'm going to go 5 on this.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of opportunity for busted open on this. What about the coach?
Coach, how many people you got for getting busted open, sir?
We also need Natasha and Coog as well.
Yep. Coach
Saying,
has 3.
okay.
All right. Natasha going with 4.
Okay.
And Coog, how many you got? He says I see it with Lucha Bros and Mark, but how many different people you got there, Coog? Coog. 3. All right.
Man, I'm looking at this card again. Ugh.
Every match, dude. Everybody. We might see every single person bleed on this card.
No, I'm thinking of scaling down
From 4?
from 5.
Oh, from 5.
Yeah, I think 5 may be a little too ambitious. Like I think the death match is a given for both. I think the 60-minute one is at least 1. I think the final burial is at least 1. Mm.
That's a
I'm gonna
good
go down.
point there, Ed. That's a great point, Ed.
I'm going down
I'm
to
going to lose
4.
my 4 now.
I'm gonna go down to 4. All right. And then Coog said 3, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's
All
say
right. There
1.
we have it.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think we can leave it at that.
All right. There was our card. You want to just do a real quick rundown of the card one more time before we get out of here for tonight?
Sure. First we have the trios match, the Varsity Elite Athletes versus and Ari Daivari versus Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Bros. Final burial match, Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. Everyone is banned from ringside when Chris Jericho takes on Ricky Starks. The AEW World Tag Team Championship will be on the line in a four-way dance. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus the Guns versus the Acclaim versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. The AEW Women's World Championship will be on the line in a three-way dance. Saraya versus Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho. TNT Championship match, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. The AEW World Trios Championship match, the Elite defending against the House of Black. Texas Death, Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. And a 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, MJF defending against Bryan Danielson.
That is going to be a fantastic show. When you look at that written down on paper, there is no way that this is not going to be an awesome pay-per-view. I think this is going to be freaking awesome. Ed says not as fast as Excalibur, bro. You might have to...
Hold on. I want to try again. Hold on. Give me a second.
Lube up,
Yeah. All right. Here we go. This coming Sunday at AEW Revolution in the trios match, Varsity Athletes versus Ari Daivari, Mark Briscoe, and Lucha Bros. The final burial, Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. Everyone's banned from ringside when Chris Jericho takes on Ricky Starks. The AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line, a four-way dance. Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, the Guns versus the Acclaim versus Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. The AEW Women's World Championship will be on the line, a three-way dance. Saraya versus Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho. TNT Championship match, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. The AEW World Trios Championship match, the Elite defending against the House of Black. Texas Death, Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. And then a 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, MJF versus Bryan Danielson.
Nice. That's a good one. A little more excitement next time, but you got the speed down. Almost getting there on the speed.
Yeah, right.
Got to get the breath breaks in faster.
No, it's fine.
Oh, that's awesome. So, a question for you. I've actually got asked a couple of times now if we wanted to do some sort of a watch along. I don't think we'll do a watch along, but what I think we might do is like record ourselves while we're watching. You know what I mean? Like not actually be live, but I'll have it recorded, and then you guys will get to see some of our reactions to what happens later in like a couple of videos I'll clip out or something like that. What do you think?
Yeah,
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. And Coog, of course, watch along. We can always do it in Discord. You know what I'm saying? We always hang out in the Discord while we're watching. We like to chat in there of what's going on. So if you're not part of our Discord yet, if somebody could type in !Discord for me, that would be great. Please join our Discord. It is very active. We're always in there chatting, throwing up memes, making fun of the E, shitting on Triple H, the banana nose man himself. It's fantastic in there. You'll have a great time, I promise. We even convinced the Coog to download Discord, and he doesn't even do social media. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I want to go ahead and close us out, sir.
Yep. Well, thank you to everyone hanging out with us here tonight. Please hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. This has been episode 123 of the Broken Tables podcast. While you're at it, please go check out some of our other videos. Come back here Sunday night following Revolution as we do our Revolution post show and prediction results show. Follow us on social media in the description below. We also do a gaming podcast. Join us on Monday nights for the Game Room where we talk about video games. I'm tired. Everyone have a good night.
Yeah, and you know what? Ed has a great point. So during the pay-per-view, instead of on Discord, you know how we always have the video ready to go that's like, upcoming live? So we will be in the chat for the upcoming live show. That's a great point, Ed. Thank you very much. I can't believe I did not think of that. That's an excellent idea, sir.
Yes, the Revolution show is right after. Come right here on YouTube, right after the pay-per-view.
Yep, right after the pay-per-view. And, we will have the scrum on this time in case anything crazy happens again, unlike Brawl Out when we were kind of like, oh, yeah, we'll get to it.
I think they're done with doing
No, yeah, we should be good here. But thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I have a blast with you guys every single night we are here. We will catch you guys right after the pay-per-view. But until then, top guys, out.